Well, good afternoon, everyone, on this beautiful Saturday. If you stepped outside, you know just how nice it is, especially in the Southern Valley. Some of us have been dealing with a few showers. Take a look behind us. You can see that radar site. I'm going to pull that up fully here real quick. We're just going to go full screen, but hope y'all are enjoying your Saturday thus far and getting out, enjoying some of this weather that we have. So again, for most of us, especially as you head south and west, we're looking pretty good now. As we notice these showers flowing in from the northwest especially. And let me just advance this real quick. The cause behind this is all thanks to this huge system that we have just pivoting over the Hudson Bay right now. And as a result, we can see that northwest flow there. That's pulling in a lot of cold air, and that's also providing just enough instability to make those showers pop. And that's what we need. We don't have that much warm air out there right now. But then also when you factor in the fact that, again, northwest winds, we're pulling in cool air. There's a Canadian high pushing its way in, bringing in even more cold air. And that cold air is coming in at the upper levels. The surface is a little bit warmer. And typically when you have that, of course, warm surface air, that rises. That's less dense. So you get that all to rise. And then you get all these pop-up showers. Now you'll notice as we look at this map for a second, a lot of these showers tend to pop up and then disappear really quickly. This is what we like to call popcorn showers a lot of times. So that's going to be the trend for today. We'll see that shower activity, and it's going to be confined especially to northeastern areas. But as we go through the afternoon, we'll see that start to diminish more and more as our sun starts to go down. We lose that heating, we lose that instability that we get from that sunshine, and as a result, that shower coverage significantly diminishing. And again, even then, it's not bad. Most of these are so small, so brief. You're going to be outside, you're going to notice it might rain for a minute or two, some light rain, maybe a brief downpour in the worst, and then it's right out of there. So some good news there. And looking at our temperatures, I mean, this is just phenomenal. For this time of year, for late August, I mean, we're talking mid to upper 60s across the region, 70s confined southwest of our region, not even making it into our forecast area. And earlier we were looking, I mean, I was on air, of course, at the 6 o'clock, and a couple of our sensors up near Roseau earlier this afternoon were only reading in the upper 50s. So really, really feeling like fall. This is something that we usually see when you look at the averages in like late September, not the end of August. So a little bit of a fall treat here. Unfortunately, not going to last forever, but if you're enjoying it, make sure you keep enjoying it these next few days. So, Fargo Weather Planner this evening, we are quiet. We'll see that mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. Overnight tonight, those temperatures start to drop. We're talking about low 50s by the time we start your day tomorrow. And a similar day tomorrow. We're going to see these temperatures slowly rebounding. If I can get these graphics to move here, I do apologize. Things are a little bit slower. Another thing I wanted to point out, we are officially under 8:30 for our sunset times now. This was taken, I just updated this earlier this afternoon. Our sunset today at 8:22. And unfortunately, we've only got about a week and a half before our first pre-8 p.m. sunset. That's going to happen on September 5th. We have our first sunset. This is going to be at 7:58 p.m. Sunrise is, of course, right around 6:30, about an hour later. So all told, we've lost just about 2.5, I believe, hours of daylight. So pretty incredible. And in fact, you can see we're losing, I meant to pull this up here, pushed the wrong button, but we can see there we're losing about 3 minutes, 7 seconds of daylight during the day today. And we'll continue that trend. So slowly but surely, you're going to notice that. Now, the good news is, again, pulling through our forecast here. Whoops, I am sorry, folks. I just keep hitting the wrong button here. There we go. Let's move that through. We can see those showers. Notice, I think this model even being just a little bit rambunctious with the coverage. I think we're going to see it a little less widespread as we go into the late overnight hours. By the time we get into 10 o'clock, once we get past sunset really and into that 8, 9, 10 o'clock hour, most of these, any of these that are left are just going to be sprinkles, and that's about it. And then tomorrow morning, we're quiet. Precipitation chances, notice, we are dry all week long. This is a quiet stretch of weather, something that a lot of us have been looking forward to with our impromptu. I mean, we've gotten so much severe weather lately. I think all of us are going to be able to just settle down, enjoy a nice quiet week. So as we play this through, notice the first 3 days, nothing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not even a chance of a shower. I mean, Thursday, maybe a couple of sprinkles, but then that clears right out of here. And into the weekend, we're mostly quiet. So a really, really nice final week of August on the way for us. We've been saying that for a while, and it's nice to actually be able to say that. Now, the only thing that I want to mention, too, about our current temperatures, you'll notice again here, I'm going to use the pointer here to point a couple of things out. There's all of that cool Arctic air almost settling into our region. As you look off to the west, you'll notice these reds and oranges. That's where our warmer weather is. And as I play this through day by day, notice Monday afternoon, we're still cool here, that yellowish color over us indicating the 60s. Then by Tuesday, we can see those warmer temperatures, 70s making their way back in. Notice those warmer colors pushing further north and east. And as we get towards Wednesday, we can see those 80s, close to 90s, settling in off to our west. Here in the valley, we're still doing okay, though, the 70s. And this is the question, is really how far east does this ridge make it? If it nudges a little bit further east, that's when we get those warmer temperatures. But as of right now, most of our models are holding off on that. So again, as we look at our 8 to 14-day temperature outlook, you'll notice that we are favored for those above average temps, just slightly. And again, that can be largely contributed to the fact that there is that ridge slowly building in, that cool air, that lobe of cool air settling into the southeast. Now, some good news here for the farmers in terms of our precipitation outlook. Obviously, with it being harvest season, a lot of wheat harvesting going on already, and we want those dry conditions. Again, this week, great. We're talking about dry conditions all week. Low humidity, too, which is really going to help suck the moisture out of those plants. But as we look at our precipitation, even in the next 8 to 14 days, not seeing anything that indicates much more than average precipitation. So it's going to be relatively dry in comparative to what we've seen. So let's take a look at your lows for tomorrow morning. Again, there's that cool air settling in. Notice those 40s off to our west. I mean, it's going to be downright chilly for some of us. You're going to want to grab that sweatshirt heading out the door, especially in the Devil's Lake Basin and towards Jamestown. Rest of us generally upper 40s to low 50s, probably low 50s for most of us here in the valley itself. Tomorrow afternoon, looking great. I mean, we're talking about high temperatures. Again, mid-60s for most of us. The highest number on that map, 68 degrees in Grand Forks. I mean, 65 in Devil's Lake, Carrington, 66 in Fargo. We'll have a light northwest breeze, but it's not going to be nearly as windy as what we've seen the past few days, too. So some more good news. And this is what I want to pull out, too, is look at Monday here. I'm going to, if I can get this to fast forward for me. There we go. Monday morning, notice those lows. Talking about 40s for just about everyone. In fact, there could be some low 40s out there, and I would not be surprised to see a few folks in colder portions of Minnesota and perhaps the northern Devil's Lake Basin could reach the upper 30s, I think. So there is definitely the possibility there. This is a very, very unusually cool air mass. We see this sometimes, but not often, not often. So it's a very, very nice, refreshing break. But yeah, you're going to want to grab that flannel or sweatshirt heading out the door Monday morning. And again, like I said, I mean, this dry, cool pattern, for the most part, looks to really want to stick around, which, again, good news because over the past few weeks, it's been busy. We've had a lot of severe weather just about, I mean, every day, it seems like. And at this point, it's nice to be able to finally share some good news, some quiet weather with all of you. And again, it's going to be sticking around for a while. So lots of good news in the forecast here. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you found this helpful and entertaining.